This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids.
What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Magus, and end of the year videos. We're gonna talk about my favorite, I guess I should say favorite 5 games, although I can talk about some more games. But I'm gonna first talk about my favorite 5 games that came out in 2017 that I played. I'm keeping this to stuff that I played. It's been a rough year financially, so I haven't been able to indulge in gaming like I would love to. But I was able to get some games, and there were at least 5 games that came out this year that I played that I enjoyed. There are probably more if I think about it, but the ones that stand out to me the most are the ones I'm going to talk about. And this is in no particular order, so please don't take it that way. First, I'm going to talk about MLB The Show 17. I always love that franchise year in, year out, and it's just another solid game. Love what they do. Love the little nuances that they add to it. It's just it's the best sports franchise going right now, in my opinion. If you want to tell me that NHL is that, I will probably agree with you. Anything else, not in discussion for me. But MLB The Show 17 was phenomenal. Can't wait for 18. I love the fact that they put the old SNES King Griffey baseball mode. That was fucking hot that they did that. I remember playing that game religiously as a kid, and it was just great to get a chance to go back and see the nostalgia, but with a current roster. That's the thing. It's the current roster, and they're all built just like the older game. Same swinging mechanic. Like the power hitters are all big beefy dudes. The contact hitters and base runners are all small skinny dudes. You have the pitchers with the crazy way you throw the ball, like how you can like curve it just in weird ridiculous ways. People who have a fastball, their fastball is like nuclear. It's fucking great. It's awesome. But take that away and you still have a great main fucking game. That game is fucking built from the ground up superbly. If you aren't into baseball, I guarantee you, if you play MLB The Show 17, you'll love it. Unfortunately, it's just exclusive to the PlayStation, but if you have a PlayStation 4, start picking up that game. You will fucking love it. I guarantee you. Horizon Zero Dawn. Amazing what Guerrilla Games did. This is coming from the studio that did Killzone 2, Killzone 3, Killzone Shadowfall. Always thought of as the team that made that shooter that's on PlayStation that's exclusive. The opposition to Halo basically was what it was always looked upon as. It was like Fox Halo, I guess you could say, because it didn't get the acclaim that Halo got. So, while I played 1, 2, I played all 4 of the Killzones, and they were okay to me. They weren't anything that stood out. Visually, they were great. Although I will say 2 definitely did stand out. But visually, they were great games for their times when they came out. So you kind of looked at Guerrilla as like a team that made games that looked great, was pretty solid, but weren't necessarily all that, they just didn't grab you like that. But Horizon Zero Dawn grabbed the hell out of you. It's a fucking like third-person action adventure game from a first-person shooter studio that has solid-ass mechanics, great graphics, great storyline, great gameplay, creative as hell. The world is immersive. They knocked that one out the park. It's a shame that they didn't win any awards, but it's been a stacked year on all platforms. If you think about it, there's at least been one game that you could point to and say that's been fucking great too. So you can make the argument for that as well. But telling you, man, if you haven't played Horizon, get it. Uncharted, The Lost Legacy. Love playing this Chloe. Love having Nadine on the side. I think that this is where you're going to see the Uncharted franchise go, since they have these great side characters anyway. You can build upon this. Like, you can do a whole franchise with Chloe, as far as I'm concerned. Do a fucking like trilogy run of her adventures. Do a single game with just like you know, I don't. While I wasn't a big fan of him, you could put Nate's brother back in the game. Sully, things like that. They definitely do have life in that series if they want to continue it. So, but Uncharted Lost Legacy, great to play as the ladies. It was fun, fantastic. Had a lot of fun with that. So that's 3. I'm gonna say 4 now. Again, this is not any order, but this is the 4th game. Enjoyed the hell out of Destiny 2. I'm sorry, guys. I like Destiny. It's a solid game. There are things that I understand that you guys don't like about it, but I thought the changes actually weren't that bad. The adjustment wasn't that hard. I don't need you to make the same game over and over again. That being said, if you want to and it's solid, that's fine. It took a long time for Destiny to grow into what it was, and I think this one actually starts off faster, and I think it'll grow into be a better game, and I think as people look back, they'll say that this is actually the better game. I just think people are bitching and moaning right now because they didn't get the exact same thing. Some things they tweaked, they scaled back. I think one of the things that people really complain about, of course, is the competitive multiplayer, which to me, I find much more satisfying. I don't care that they don't have the super OP guns anymore, or at least not as many of the super OP quote unquote unique guns that people used to always complain about in Destiny 1, but forgot that they complained about them now all of a sudden. This is me. Sorry, but it was a solid game. Had fun with it. Haven't been playing it as much lately, not because I don't like it, but because I've been trying to finish off some single player games. I really need to work on that. I'll discuss that in another video, but still, anytime I pick it up and fire it up, I have fun. So, I mean, that's the key. As long as you enjoy yourself while you're playing it, doesn't matter. And that's one of the games that I enjoy playing, and I enjoyed playing of 2017. Last game is Assassin's Creed Origins. God damn it. Everybody knows I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan, right? Which is fine. That kind of quote unquote makes me a homer, even though I'm very critical of the series. That being said, the big thing that I loved about Assassin's Creed was the jank, the fucking ridiculous stories. Just, it was one of those B movie fetish type things for me. This ain't no B movie fetish. Yeah, the story to me isn't completely solid, but the gameplay, the world, it's fucking great. It's one of the best, if not the best. I mean, 2 stands so high in my opinion that 2 will probably always stay as the best Assassin's Creed game. But you can make a huge argument for Assassin's Creed Origin as being the best Assassin's Creed game that Ubisoft has put out. It has been a phenomenal experience. I'm still not finished. Why? Because I've been playing that game for about 30-40 hours, and all the side stuff, the interesting side stories, the different activities, the upgrading, trying to build up stuff, collect items. It has that RPG feel that I love, but the action adventure part of it is solid as well. So it's this great hybrid of the 2 genres that I love the most, and I enjoy the hell out of them. So it's really good. Pick it up. Seriously, even if you have disdain for Assassin's Creed and you've long since grown out of it, if you pick this up, I guarantee you'll enjoy the hell out of this game. So those are the 5 games that I enjoyed the most that came out in 2017. Honorable mention, of course, will be Injustice 2. Fucking phenomenal. Yo, NetherRealms is right now, in my opinion, the best fighting game studio around. I don't think there's anybody who could touch them. The mechanics aren't as complex as other games, but they're satisfying enough that if you're somebody who likes a challenge, you can get it out of that at the same time. The content as a whole, the dialogue that they put, the fact that they have the fighters fucking come out and have conversations related to each other, not generic fighter game conversations like, I will defeat you. You can't stop this. Oh, you think you're tough? Well, I'm going to show you. No. You fucking have Superman make fucking references to Batman that relates to Batman. You have goddamn, even with the DLC, you know, Ant-Man, I mean, not Ant-Man, sorry. Duh, it's a copy of Ant-Man, but, or is Ant-Man a copy of him? The Atom will say shit to Wonder Woman that refers to Wonder Woman. It all is relevant. They put a lot of work into that game, and that game should be celebrated as what you should do with fighting games now. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous, but that's it for this list. Let me know what were your favorite 5 games of 2017 that came out in 2017 and that you actually played. It has to be games that you actually played yourself, not just stuff that you heard was great. Because if I was to do that, I could put Persona and I could put South Park and I could put a ton of games that I couldn't afford to get this year, Resident Evil 7, you know, Tekken 7, so on. But no, I'm just keeping this to the stuff that I actually put my hands on and put time into. So please do the same in the comment sections. Alright, so as always, you guys feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you think and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Black Megas and I'm out, y'all. Deuces.